It was freezing outside. Cars rushed past without slowing down. People walked by pretending not to see the dirty stray dog shaking beside the bakery wall. The dog looked weak, hungry, almost hopeless. And standing across the street was a skinny 1-2-year-old boy named Ethan. In his hand was the only thing he had left to eat that day, one small piece of bread. He stared at the dog for a moment, then looked down at his own empty stomach. He hadn't eaten since yesterday. But a few seconds later, Ethan slowly walked toward the dog and gave away his very last piece of bread. He thought it was just a small act of kindness. He had no idea that the next morning would completely change his life forever. Ethan lived with his sick mother in a tiny apartment above an old laundromat. His father had disappeared years ago, leaving behind nothing but unpaid bills and painful memories. Every morning before school, Ethan helped carry boxes at the local market for a few dollars. Some days he earned enough to buy food. Most days, he didn't. At school, kids laughed at his worn-out shoes and faded hoodie. Teachers rarely noticed him. To the world, Ethan was invisible. That evening, after finishing work, he used his last coins to buy a small loaf of bread for dinner. But on his way home, he saw the stray dog curled beside the bakery wall. The dog looked injured. Its ribs showed through its dirty fur. And despite how scared it was, its tail moved slightly when Ethan got closer. Ethan broke the bread in half. He lifted one piece toward his mouth, then stopped. Slowly, he crouched down and placed the bread in front of the dog. The dog devoured it in seconds. For the first time that day, Ethan smiled. Before leaving, he gently patted the dog's head. "Hope things get better for you too," he whispered. Then he walked home hungry. That night, heavy rain poured across the city. Water leaked through the apartment ceiling while Ethan tried to help his mother sleep. Around midnight, he suddenly heard barking outside. Loud, desperate, again and again. At first, Ethan ignored it, but the barking wouldn't stop. Finally, he walked to the window and froze. It was the same stray dog, standing in the rain, barking directly at their building. "What are you doing here?" Ethan whispered. The dog suddenly ran a few steps away, then looked back at him, as if it wanted him to follow. Ethan quickly put on his jacket and rushed downstairs. The moment he stepped outside, the dog started barking wildly near the side of the building. Then Ethan smelled it. Gas, a strong smell leaking from downstairs near the laundry room. His eyes widened. Within seconds, he ran back upstairs screaming for everyone to get out. Doors opened. People panicked. Families rushed into the rain carrying children and bags. Only minutes after the building was evacuated, boom! A massive explosion shattered the lower floor. Flames burst through the windows. People screamed in shock. If they had stayed inside even a little longer, many of them would not have survived. And through the chaos and smoke, Ethan looked around for the stray dog. But it was gone. News of the explosion spread quickly. Reporters called Ethan a hero for warning the residents in time. Neighbors who had barely spoken to him before now thanked him with tears in their eyes. One firefighter placed a warm blanket around Ethan's shoulders. "You saved a lot of lives tonight, kid," he said. But Ethan shook his head. "It wasn't me. It was the dog." Nobody believed him. The next morning, Ethan returned to the bakery alley carrying fresh bread. He searched everywhere. Behind trash bins, near parked cars, across empty streets. But the dog was nowhere to be found. Then the bakery owner stepped outside holding an old photograph. "You mean this dog?" the old man asked, softly. Ethan looked at the picture and froze. It was the same dog. "This stray used to belong to a firefighter," the old man said. "He died years ago while saving people during a building fire. After that, the dog disappeared. Ethan stared silently at the photo, while chills ran down his spine. The old man smiled gently. Some people around here believe that dog still shows up whenever someone's life is in danger. That evening, Ethan sat alone outside the rebuilt bakery holding another piece of bread. The cold wind blew softly through the empty street. Then suddenly, he heard faint footsteps behind him. Ethan turned around quickly. For a brief moment, under the streetlight, he saw the stray dog standing there quietly. Its tail wagged once. Then it slowly disappeared into the darkness. Ethan smiled with tears in his eyes. From that day on, whenever he saw someone hungry, cold, or forgotten, he always chose kindness. Because sometimes, even the smallest act of kindness can come back and save your life when you least expect it.